Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to Engelgeist. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Saturday, the 7th of May. It is not solely set for that date. If you guys know my channel, you understand the readings are used when you see them rather than when they were originally created for. For those of you that regularly watch, we are building upon the Sunday reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner. That is the underpinning. You can always check that out after this reading to understand what I'm talking about. I do have to move through it quickly because I'm running behind this morning. So this is going to be like what I call a quick and dirty. We're just going to get into these cards. If you want to know more about the channel, please check out any of my other daily videos. I have a whole speech that I give, things I want you to think about, all of that sort of stuff. But you'll have to watch another video to hear that speech. So please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, leave me a question or comment and share the content out. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into these cards and see what's going on. What do they want us to know? And we have for today the Nine of Wands. I will take it. Nine of Wands is not a bad card. And we also have, since it's the end of the week, underneath the underpinning energy. I love all these chicks from the 70s too. They're like just gorgeous. The Nine of Wands, underpinning this from Sunday's reading is the Ten of Wands. So it is that Wands fire energy, right? Nines are about personal completions. Tens are about total completions and reversing back to the number one and starting the cycle over again. Not necessarily repeating this cycle, but having learned from it, right? This nine brings us to the forefront, right? Or to the precipice of turning into that Ten of Wands, which underlies this. We're coming to the conclusions. Yesterday's reading, which I thought was really, I really liked it. It was the Knight of Swords, and the message that I was getting from the cards felt very clear. And with that clarity of thought, that clarity of like looking at the past and dealing with it brings about the intelligence of the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is always about being a little bit wiser, a little bit smarter, a little bit more savvy after having been through an experience. You know, it's not. How's it like traditionally depicted with a man with a bandage on his head standing, in front of like kind of like a barrier, like he's been to war and back and he's learned his lesson. He's survived, but he's learned his lesson, right? It's not been easy, but he's learned his lesson. And that's kind of the feeling that I get with, or that's sort of what the meaning is behind this card. And that's what I feel like the cards are trying to say to us today is that whatever we've been dealing with, whatever we've been looking at, whatever we've been trying to come to terms with, we actually are, right? And today is the day with this Nine of Wands to not only personally come to terms with it and an understanding at a deep spiritual level, right? Which then will emanate out and affect all other levels of our being, mentally, emotionally, physically. But also we have that Ten of Wands underneath this, which is the release of a burden, right? Something that weighs heavy on our spirit. We're at the end of the road with this one. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean that is in a good way. It means the doors are opening up to maybe new experiences, new relationships, new opportunities. We just need to be ready for them. And this Nine of Wands is indicating that readiness, right? That we've done the work, that we've done the healing in a way, that we've learned the lesson, that we've banged our head against the wall enough times that we're like, oh, okay, I don't have to do this anymore. See what I'm saying? And then the Ten of Wands empowers us to kind of complete it with whomever or however or whatever we're dealing with, and then move forward to something new, right? And it would then launch into the Ace again, which starts the cycle over, not necessarily, like I said, repeating it, but bringing us to a new journey, a new path, a new opportunity, a new desire even, right? Because Wands energy is definitely about desire, because we're talking about the spirit is at play here. So it's like what we deeply want within our life. There's, to me, a deep healing going on when I see the sort of what's going on in these readings. It feels like there's a healing happening at the spirit level that we should be consciously acknowledging, right, through these cards. And if we're not, then stop, take pause, take a look. That's what that Knight of Pentacles was from the midweek in the Sunday reading. He would definitely be a take pause, take inventory, look at everything for what it is, don't make any swift movements kind of card. And then we had the Knight of Swords yesterday, which would be very much about an impartial, logical look at things from a place of service, gratitude, strength, right? Looking at the past, facing it dead on, and really making almost a detached assessment of it, where it doesn't necessarily suck us in emotionally anymore. Because of that, we open up to the Nine of Wands, which shows us that we're protected, we're smarter. That's this barrier of wands that we see here. These three beautiful ladies behind it. They're protected behind their own wisdom at this point, through their own experience. Although those experiences may have been rough for them at times, or for you at times, you've learned something along the way. So acknowledge that learning, acknowledge that transformation, acknowledge that growth or that stretching of who you are, even at a level of spirit, that enables you to now kind of come to a completion, a release, a realization of your own strength, your own power, your own ability to kind of protect yourself and move forward, and then let that Ten of Wands take effect. Drop whatever drama, bullshit, baggage that you've been carrying and move forward into next week with some lightness, freedom, opportunity. Like, all of these things should be coming to you. If they're not, and if you're stuck in this place of feeling like, I can't see it, I don't feel it, find it. That's what the cards are trying to tell you. The cards are trying to tell you that it's there for you, right? The grounding stone I'm going to go to really quick before I do the oracle card was that idea of enjoy. The word enjoy. We're supposed to be grounding in that underneath all of this entire week. So this process, although it is transformative, it should be one that we should be enjoying at some level. Finding some sort of conscious awareness of it should allow us to enjoy, appreciate, even congratulate ourselves to a degree. It's like a hard-won reward in a way. Okay, so keep that in mind as you move through today. Let's look at the oracle card. Hello, joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. All right, these cards can't be any more like banging you in the head, whoever this is. And there might be multiple of you that are doing this. We saw that in Joy Stone. If you go back through the week's readings, we started on Sunday with the Enjoy Stone as the underpinning of the week. This is the reminder to ground in this idea of enjoying this experience as you go through it, right? But we also saw Enjoy again later in the week on a different stone. And now we see this joy and delight. And then we had, I can't remember what was yesterday's, the gates of triumph. There's this opening up, this freedom, this release of a burden that's happening here. Whatever that burden may be for you, be it emotional, mental, physical, allow it to transform itself. Allow yourself to be taught by it in a way. Allow yourself to find acceptance around it. That's also some of the Nine of Wands, is the personal acceptance and completion of, okay, this is the situation. And now I get to choose whether or not how I interact with it, or if I want to interact with it anymore. And that's the Ten of Wands release that comes, right? So there's this openness to joy and delight. Allow that to take place today. Look at this child. She's having so much fun. Even these three women, they've been through, they're vulnerable, they're naked, they're kind of having a groovy Studio 54 moment, but they're protected behind the wisdom of their own magic, their own wands, right? Their own fire, their own spirit. So there's like a joy to both of these cards in a way. These three women also, not necessarily traditionally Nine of Wands depiction, right? But they're giving me almost a Three of Cups vibe, right? The three ladies coming together. And when I see threes, I think of the mind, body, and spirit. So these three women could be our mind, body, and spirit sort of lining up in a way. And then allowing us to experience this joy and delight in whatever it is that we're realizing, transforming, releasing today. Okay, let me read you joy and delight, and then we'll do the grounding stone. Sorry to move so quickly, guys, but I am running behind. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. You do not need to suffer to grow. You can grow through leaps and bounds through joy. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Do what gives you joy. Celebrate and have fun. Stop and embrace life, yourself, and others. Say yes. Take steps today and expand your joy. You don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to start. Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Allow joy and ecstasy to flow through you wildly and freely. Share your love. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. The sacred traveler knows that it's not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. The traveler stops periodically to savor the simple pleasures of the voyage. If you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you experience true happiness, you may have a long wait. It's simple. When you focus on the areas of your life that bring you joy, these areas will prosper. One of the fastest paths to happiness is through sharing and giving. So give of your heart and follow your bliss. Joy is your spiritual birthright. So I love that because the 9 of Wands would indicate releasing that, or not necessarily releasing that, but like understanding through hardship or experiences that we've maybe struggled with, that we are now stronger because of it, and then we can go into this place of joy and delight and open ourselves to it, right? And move towards it with a freedom, with a light within us. Now, here's the grounding stone. The word is on carnelian, which to me takes us right to the first chakra, which is very grounding, right? Starting at the base chakra and working our way up is embrace. Embrace this joy. Embrace who you are. Embrace your experiences. Embrace everything about you, good, bad, otherwise. Don't judge it. Just embrace it. Love it. Give it joy. Give it bliss. Give it love. And then share that love and joy outward into the world. Does that make sense? All of that should be, it's like embrace to me is like a form of acceptance. And when we can accept ourselves in all our many forms, even in frailties and all, and give ourselves that like compassion and that grace, we're really at our sort of most strongest and most beautiful, right, in our humanness. And we all just need to find that and then allow each other to find it and then be in acceptance of it with ourselves and then with others. That is your reading today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that thumbs up button, share the video out, let people know about me, and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. It should be truly transformative. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.